Hey friends, it's Sunny Hearts. Welcome back to my channel. In this episode, we are going to be building a mob XP farm. This is going to be the classic funnel-shaped mob XP farm, and I'm going to show you how to build it. Really simple. This is a beginner-friendly tutorial, and hopefully it will be very easy for you to follow. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is come up to this side of this hill over here. A few episodes ago, we started digging like a tunnel, and eventually I would love for this tunnel to go all the way through the mountain, but basically I think I'm going to use the resources I get from this tunnel to build our mob XP farm. So basically it's really simple. You just want to do a bunch of resource gathering. The number one thing you're going to want to focus on is going to be stony types of resources. The reason I recommend sticking to stony resources is because they're a little more durable than, say, wood, just in case like a creeper blows up or something. So if you're playing in like a basic survival world, obviously gathering cobblestone will probably be your easiest, most accessible resource. And my pickaxe just broke. Depending on so if you're on Skyblock, you might find, using wood to be easier. I've seen videos where creators have been on Skyblock and they'll build this XP farm with wood. But you have to be so careful, because if a creeper sees you and it goes kaboom, then you basically lose so much work and materials, and then you have a big mess to clean up. So kind of depends on preference, but I would definitely recommend sticking to stony resources like cobblestone. I'm actually going to keep that out in case I hit some dirt. Grab that. So yeah, so I'm going to dig a bunch of this tunnel and try to fill my inventory with as much cobblestone as I can. Of course, that'll only go so far since I'm going to hit a cave here. Wow, this is a great cave. Oh my gosh. Once I'm a little stronger, we'll definitely have a caving session where I teach you kind of my strategy for caving without dying as a beginner. So I'm just gonna, for now, cover this up. And of course that means that my tunnel can't really, it could keep going diagonal. I could just build diagonal walls, but I'm losing cobblestone. That's really sad. Okay. Let's see. I didn't expect to hit a cave. I should have, but I didn't. So let me just check and see how far it looks like I'm gonna be going. There's grass in there. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because I know that no matter what, if I open this entire wall, I'm in a cave. And I'm gonna end up getting shot at by that skeleton. Perhaps I won't dig here this time, just because obviously right now, change of plans. Since that's a tunnel, since that's a cave, digging there isn't really going to be feasible. Let me grab this coal a second. So the number one thing we want to do is just get as much cobblestone as you can, simple to do. Or, you know what? An even more durable material, deep slate. So maybe we will dig our official mine all the way down to bedrock and just gather a ton of deep slate. And I think that's what I'm going to build the XP farm out of. So let me just finish grabbing this cobblestone, or excuse me, this coal. And yeah, let me do that. So I'm at Y88 right now. I'm going to go to the house and I'm going to just dig a mine under the house. You know, maybe I will build a mine. Maybe I'll build a mine entrance back here. I think that would be fun. I could do that. Ooh, wheat seed. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm just gonna dig for now. Let's see. Yeah. I'll just dig. Ooh, another wheat seed. I feel like that'll be fun and cute. I'll just go ahead and start digging here. I like to dig a 3 wide. Just because later on, when we advance more or we progress more in the game, we can set up like a minecart on one side and have stairs, and we can really make our mine look fabulous. Sorry if my voice sounds a little creaky. It's pretty late at night right now, and I'm trying to talk quietly. Even though I'm in my office, I want to make sure that I don't end up waking up my husband, who does have to go to work in the morning. So, sorry if I sound a little creaky or crackly. Okay, cool. Put a torch there. All right, I think this is a good start. Let me go grab my bed, because until we're further, like deeper into our new mine, I'm definitely going to want a bed so that I don't end up, just put that there, getting killed. Okay. Cool. So let's just keep digging. And actually what's perfect about digging a mine is that I will end up getting a ton of resources on my way down. So you have options here with what like materials you decide to use to build your XP farm. But definitely recommend sticking with stony stuff. And honestly, preferably deep slate, because it's a pretty durable type of stone. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I think deep slate actually is more durable than cobblestone. So I think you're less likely to end up, having your XP farm destroyed if a creeper blows up on you. Okay, so I'm just going to spend some time digging. So here we are. We've hit bedrock. I'm just going to clear out this last little bit right here. I mean, I could keep going, but yeah, here we are. Let me put up some torches. Okay, so we're filling up pretty good already on deep slate, but the thing with building this mob farm is you need so much resources. You need so much stone. It's crazy. I will put a list of ingredients on the screen so that you know exactly what you're going to need. I don't always remember like how much of each thing you need. I know that there's like a mod I could add to my world so that it would automatically produce an ingredients list with the exact number of individual items you need. I think that's like what a lot of technical YouTubers, Minecraft YouTubers will do. I don't have that. I need to find one for, future tutorials just to make them a little easier to put together. But for the sake of this tutorial series, or for today's video at least, I will just put a list on the screen of what you need. And as we build, I'll just kind of go through and show you the quantity of the items that I've gathered and just kind of go from there little by little. That's honestly how I tend to play. Unless I'm doing a really technical build, I don't usually count out and plan exactly how much of, stone or trapdoors or, whatever that I might need. Okay, so I'm pretty content with the amount of deep slate that I got. I know I said I was shooting for 2 double chests, but for now I think I'm gonna stick with a half of a double chest, mainly because I chose to mine deep slate with stone pickaxes, and it's pretty time consuming. So I think what I will do is I'll go ahead and head out to start finding where we're going to actually build the mob farm. The type of place you want to look for when you're gonna build a mob farm like this is typically kind of the middle of the ocean. So depending on where you decided to build your base, you might have to travel quite a bit. So what I typically do is I'll try to find the first open oceany area that I can find. That way it's just easier to get to. And over time, I'll either create some kind of a roadway to get to it, or I'll try to go into the nether and find the coordinates in the nether and make a portal with a roadway in the nether. Because in the nether, I think it's like 1 block in the nether, I think is like 1,000 blocks in the overworld, if I'm remembering that correctly. I think so, right? But anyway, so let's go and find us an ocean. On my coordinates, this is heading south. So I'm gonna head this way. I see water. I know it's not the ocean yet, but definitely on the way. So put that always happens to me. Lay the boat down. Hop in the boat. And I'm gonna go ahead and just try to find a spot that's like open water, far away from land. Ideally, you want to pick an area where you have a village there. I forgot about that village. You want to choose a location where you're far enough away from land that land isn't like showing up in your render distance, like you can't see it from where you are, because let's see, go this way, because the closer you are to land, the more that reduces the spawn rate of like the potential spawn rate of the mobs in your XP farm. So I'm just gonna keep going until I find somewhere. I'm seeing that this XP farm is gonna end up being probably pretty far from my house, which is fine. Like I said, I'll just end up building a road of some sort to it. But it's definitely preferable to get away from your house because, if I'm being honest, this XP farm is pretty ugly looking. I think it would be fun, not in this world, but maybe in another world, to do like a really cool mega build around the XP farm to kind of blend it in with the world around me, or to just make it cool, like have an excuse to build a really cool build. Well, this is a good spot. Okay, I think this will work. So here, I guess I'll demonstrate sleeping underwater. Boop. There we go. So your bed creates like this pocket of water that you'll sleep in. Not lose my bed. Okay, so one of the things I'm gonna need to do now is create a tower from down here because I am in the middle of the ocean. So I probably could have brought some dirt blocks with me to do this. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh. So this is the danger. There is a bit of a danger. But once you just make this tower, you're pretty much safe because we won't be underwater. Okay, great. So that's done. One day I might go down there and get rid of it, but for now, let me go ahead and grab my boat because I don't want a drowned to steal it from me, because they do that. Drowns do like stealing boats from people. And a block here. See if I... Okay, whatever. I lost a block. It doesn't matter. Let me eat. So that's a copper ingot. Drowned do sometimes drop things. All right, so since nothing, we have like a tiny little piece over there that's rendering in, but that's not gonna be a problem. So now that we have found our spot in the middle of the ocean, what we're gonna wanna do is tower up 120 blocks. So that's gonna be almost 2 stacks of your building block. So I'm gonna go ahead and come to this stack here, and I'm just gonna empty 2 stacks. And the reason you're gonna do this is so that you're as far away from any potential caves and just anything at all. Nothing will render in when you're this high up unless you have like a super mega computer that can render in, you know, half your area that's right around you. Because remember, Minecraft worlds are infinite. And so when you tower up like this, you're gonna basically reduce the spawn rate of any mobs around you. So like here in the ocean, by being high enough, we should also reduce the spawn rate of the drowned. Let me just get high enough. I think get to Y level 180, and that should be good. We're in the clouds now. So now make sure you're crouching. I like to have my my shift on toggle so that I don't fall accidentally by, you know, letting go. I'm gonna go ahead and just create a platform here. And then I knew that was gonna end up happening. And so here's the fun thing that just happened. I'm gonna need to go get wood because I'm a silly banana. And since I didn't bring wood with me, I don't have a ladder to get back up there if I fall off. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, let me go get some wood. Just going to put some blocks here so that I can put my bed down. Clear a spot in my inventory to make a crafting table. Plop my crafting table right there. And now I want to make ladder. All right. Yeah, let's just... You can hold right click to just auto place ladder as you go up. So if you're holding the space bar to go up, then you can hold right click at the same time and auto place ladder on your way up. What's good about this is it just makes it really easy to place your ladder as you go. And then once you run out, if you've got your pick block button set on your mouse, which I showed you how to do that in my last video, then you can just pick the, you can just click that button on your mouse to grab ladder and very easily grab your ladder and keep going. Hopefully I have enough ladder on me. I think I do. We're almost there. Ooh, we do. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was eventful. Okay. I am gonna need to make a chest. So I'm gonna go back down my ladder and I'm gonna grab that crafting table now. Now that I have some free space. What's good about being in the middle of the ocean is that you can just jump into the water and you won't die. Unlike in real life, if you jump from this high, the water becomes concrete. But in Minecraft, if you jump into water from pretty much any height, you won't die. It'll save your life. It's pretty crazy. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna grab my crafting table and my boat so that a drown doesn't steal it. I should have, oh, I don't have enough inventory to get my boat. I should have placed my bed. That's okay. Let me grab my crafting table. Okay, I'm gonna put down a torch. I'm gonna put down my crafting table and I'm gonna expand this platform so that we have enough space to not only build our mob farm, but also have room for a couple of chests, because you end up with tons, I mean tons of drops when you have a mob farm. Expand it a little bit this way. And one of the things that I'll end up doing is once I'm done, I will close in this platform, because you're going to want to AFK at your mob farm, and you won't be able to do that if you're, getting attacked by phantoms. So definitely want to close this area off so that phantoms can't get to you. Let's see. I'm going to bring this back just a little bit more. And I think that'll do. Now what I want to do is create the spot where the mobs are going to drop into. Eventually, this spot here will hold hoppers. And I'll probably build another platform right below this to have like a good organizational system for all the drops. But for right now, I'm going to start towering up. I'm going to put down a bucket of water so that I can jump down into this if I need to and not die. Okay, and in this tower, we're going to go up 20. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm on the third row now. We're going to go up 20. You don't want to go up too much more than that, because your mobs will start to just insta die as soon as they fall down. So I think that was 4 now. 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5. 6, 7, 19, and 20. This is as tall as we want it to be. And then the next part is going to be bridging out from each of these sides that we've created. We're gonna want to bridge out 7, and I should have kept my crafting table on me, but whatever. I'm gonna use slabs so that I stretch the amount of blocks I have on me. Because this farm takes so many resources, I believe that it's important to try, in the early game especially, to try to stretch the resources that you have, because it just makes it a little easier when you're building something like this to have what you need. So I'm gonna be good here. Let me grab my crafting table, put it back in my inventory, so that in case I do end up needing it again. Okay, great. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous for a second that it was gonna fall. All right, I'm crouching. And so here on the top of the block, you wanna make sure you place your slabs on the top and not the bottom, because if you place them on the bottom of the block, the bottom half of the block, you're creating a half block, and that is a platform where mobs cannot spawn at all. It's a, you know, like spawn-proof platform. Let me count here. So this first block from the tower that we built counts as number 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6, 7, 8. So we've bridged out 7, but it's 8 because we already had 1 here. I hope that makes sense. So 1, and then we bridged out 7 more to make 8. And the reason you want to do that is because the water in game can only flow up to 8 blocks away from the source block. Flowing water can only flow up to 8 blocks from the source block. And what that will do here is that means the water will literally push our mobs down the funnel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let me see. Let me make sure I counted correctly. Since I was talking a little bit, I think I lost track. So 1 is our tower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, great. And I always like to, didn't mean to do that. I always like to place torches in order to prevent mobs from already spawning at night. Because obviously I don't want to get attacked and thrown off of my tower until it's ready. So we've got 1, 2. Now we're on to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The torch. And I'm going to do the same thing on the 4th side. 1, 7, 8. And again, torch. Okay, let me eat some food. Okay, now that we have built out our bridges, I don't know what to call these. Now that we've built each of these sections out to be a total of 8, that right there, thunderstorms, that is another reason you want to make sure to build your mob farm out of something stony so that it doesn't burn if it gets struck by lightning. Okay, and then this is where I want to grab some full blocks now. Now I'm going to set up my walls. I'm still crouching all this time because I don't want to fall off, because getting back up here will be a pain. All right, so I've started here. Now I want to just create full walls going all the way to the end. And these will have to be 2 high, 2 blocks high. I honestly should have just started at 2 blocks high, but I didn't. So you go ahead and do that here. And the rest of them will be we'll make them 2 blocks high. Okay, so that's 1. So now we're going to come on to the next one. I didn't mean to make that 3. It's such a waste of materials. So I'm going to just go bloop. These will all be 2 blocks. I hope I don't get struck by lightning. 2, 2, 2 on this side because I have to have a spot for the. So I'm going to do this all the way around. And as you can see, if I didn't have that torch down there on my platform, mobs would be spawning down there. So I'm definitely, oh my gosh. I didn't have my bed. Okay. And this is the reason why I like having a set home, so that it's easy to get back home. And I have graves, so I can do /grave, right? Can't I? Hold on. Oh yeah, here we go. Your last grave is at this coordinate. And I can't teleport to it, I think, because I don't have that enabled. Okay. Let me... this is hilarious. I'm really glad to have those data packs, because when something like this happens, it just makes it that much easier. Okay, so I did make it back. And then since I'm using the Graves data pack, all I have to do is right click on my grave. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. Let me I need to make some chests. Oh, this is so scary. I don't want my stuff to despawn. Fabulous. I know that stuff normally takes quite a while to despawn, but for some reason I'm always a bit paranoid that it's gonna despawn, you know, faster than I'm ready to grab it. I don't know why. I just feel that way. Okay, let me get organized a moment, since I have so much stuff with me now because I died. I do want to put my bed down and set my spawn here. Hold on. Not right there. Because it would make a little more sense for me to, you know, fall off and die and respawn right here, then have to make the trek all the way back. Okay, let me... Yeah, so I'm going to get organized and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've gotten myself organized. I have figured out what it is that I need right now. And I do want to always have crafting table in my inventory. What I'm going to make now, just in preparation for what's next, is a bunch of trapdoors. I don't remember exactly how many you need for this. So I'm just going to make 2 stacks of them, which might seem like overkill, but I mean, I'll end up using them later anyway. Grab just a little bit more wood. And it is nighttime, but I put torches up there, so we should be good. Do I not know how to, like... I mean, I'm estimating. I'm not really counting. I think that's sufficient. Really. Worst case scenario, I mean, I have to come down. So now I still have all of these, and I do still need these, so I'm going to keep those with me, a bunch of them. And I said I was done getting organized. Aha! Apparently not. So I'm just going to do this to get back up. And there we go. So I'm back up now. I'm going to try really hard not to die again, because it's, you know, kind of annoying. There we go. Oh, I'm so silly to get through. I want to make sure that I am crouched. And I definitely don't want to make that same mistake again where I'm crouched, but then I open my inventory and then I fall to my death. That was not fun. So I'm going to finish up all of the rest of these sides. This is the step that we're on right now. And then we'll move on to the next step of building our XP farm. Okay, now that I have finished that part, our next step is going to be to come down to the very end of one of our sections. And this is where we're going to start using our slabs again. We're going to place the slabs on the top half of the block. And we're going to just bridge across until our bridge is at that point of the intersection of the next section. Now that we're there, I'm gonna go ahead and turn, and we're essentially going to be creating a platform. All we're doing right now is creating the outside of the platform, the outer edge, and then we can go in and fill that in. This can be done in many ways. This is just my preferred method. I find that I'm less likely to die if I bridge in this in this way, in this manner. I also feel like I accomplish the task a little faster, maybe. I don't know. It gives me a stopping point. Maybe that's what it is that by outlining the edge, I know where I'm supposed to stop. And I think that helps me a lot with task completion. So I'm going to fill in all 4 of the quadrants after I create each of, the outer edges. I'll fill them each in. I am going to put a torch because I don't want anything spawning on it yet. I'm not ready for that. And I'm just going to head over to the next quadrant and repeat what I just did over there on the remaining 3 quadrants. Okay, so now that I finished filling in all of these sections, I forgot to put a torch on this one. Now our next step is to tower up 2, so 1, 2, and we're gonna close in our walls now. We want them to be 2 high. If they're 3 high, Enderman can spawn. We don't want that. So we just want them to be 2 high. I'm gonna go all the way around, making our walls 2 high, 2 blocks high. And then we will be on to our next step. Fabulous. Now that we've finished putting up our 2 block high walls, let's go ahead and place our trapdoors. So I've got the trapdoors. I'm going to just place them each on the top half of the block, like that. And I'm going to just go all the way around and do that. And for right now, you're going to want to leave them open. It'll just make it easier to walk across them right now. We don't want to fall down just because it's kind of annoying to get back up. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, I almost fell. Okay, so now I'm going to go around and I'm going to just finish putting in all the trapdoors. And then once we're done putting them in, we are going to move on to our next step. So to jump over the gaps, all I'm doing is doing a sprint and then a jump. So sprint, jump. Okay, now that they're all in place, the one thing I am missing up here that I need to actually go down and grab is going to be water, because we need to create an infinite water source. And I'm going to take advantage of the water that I dropped here to jump down. Break this one block. Get out. And I'm going to turn this into an infinite water source. For now, I'm going to just dive off of our platform into the ocean, because remember, you don't die. Grab a bucket of water. And I'm going to make my way back up. So I will meet you back up at the top, because I don't think you want to see me climb this ladder again. Okay, so I'm back up here. What I'm going to do is just create a little infinite water source. So I'm turning this into an infinite water source. I just need to go back down to the one that I made here and grab, or no, I didn't turn that into an infinite water source. Okay, so I just need to come down here, grab that water. I'm gonna put it up here. Since I have this ladder, I'm not going to worry too much about the fact that I took away my safety net down there. I will put it back. Okay, great. Let me go ahead and put this back real quick. Okay, so now that I have my infinite water source up here, I can grab a bucket of water. And so this is where we're gonna wanna go ahead and close all of the trapdoors. I'm just gonna close them section by section. And don't worry about the torches. They'll just get flushed away by the water. And now here in each corner, since I built this out of slabs and slabs can be waterlogged, I'll place the water on the full block. So I'll right click, place the water, there goes the torch. Did I do this one too long? At 9. What? 3, 6. Oh, I made one side too long. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is all right. If this happens to you, all you're gonna need to do is fill in the whole side. Just bring it in by one block. You don't have to even break anything down. So I'll just show you what I'm gonna do to fix it. I left my axe because I didn't think I'd need it. So I'll just break these trapdoors. And what I'll go ahead and do, it's very simple. Literally just fill in everything that's in the extra space that you have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, great. So that's okay. I'm not really concerned that I messed that up. That's an easy fix. Just go through and fill in the whole wall of extra, which again, not a big deal. I'll be able to clear my infinite water source. Once I'm done, I'll just put blocks there and that'll be that. Okay. That is an easy mistake to make. So now I'm going to, again, place my water on that full block there. And now it's flowing all the way to the edge, which is what I wanted. So I'm going to grab some more water from my infinite water source. I'm going to crouch and I'm going to, again, right click on the block. And now that's going to create a full waterfall, pushing anything in this area to our funnel. So I'm going to just repeat that all the way around. I will confirm that each of my sides is the correct 8 block space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I know that that's correct. I'm gonna walk across over here and double check. I went ahead and came down because before I finish, I want to prepare this area right here. The reason being, at the minute we close up the roof, take out the torches and close up the roof, mobs should start spawning if, we built this correctly. And so I don't want anything to land in this water and be able to, like, baby zombies will be able to get out. So what I'm going to do is I am going to create for myself just another infinite water source up here on the platform. And what that is going to give me is the ability to to take away that water there without losing my infinite water, because that would just be a bummer. I'm going to go ahead and dump my bucket in here. I'm going to grab this water and just place it right in here. But now I have an infinite water source down here. And because I do plan to put hoppers in here, if you're brand new to Minecraft and you don't know what hoppers are, don't even worry about it. Once we have enough iron to make 4 hoppers and set up a little system where the mobs will land, we will kill them, and their drops will drop into the hoppers, and the hoppers will funnel the mob drops into a chest that we can access. For now, though, I'm going to go ahead and just fill this in with blocks. And then the next thing I want to do is I'll use some trapdoors right here. So that will ensure that creepers don't see me. So when they drop and I hit them, they shouldn't be able to see me. And also because I have these blocks in front, I can't get close enough to where they can potentially see me. I'm gonna just put these back. And now I'm gonna head back up and I'm gonna close up this little hole that I have here. Because now I'm gonna need to put my water into this section. And I'm not worried about my way down because once we put the roof on, I can just jump into the ocean and I will just climb back up to the main platform. So now that I'm finished with putting my water, I can go ahead and fill this in, and that will automatically take away the blocks of water that I placed that created an infinite water source. And since I needed to build this wall up just a little bit to fix the fact that I had gone 9 blocks out instead of 8, I can close that up. Before we build our roof though, let me show you why we have these fence gates. So to prevent spiders from getting stuck and clogging the funnel, we want to put fence gates down. And what that's going to do, we're going to open them. And what that does is it keeps the spiders from coming back up. And so when they fall, they like to try to climb back up the wall. They'll hit the fence gate and they'll just get pushed down. And if they are just kind of hanging out down there in the funnel, maybe kind of in the middle of the funnel, other mobs will automatically push them down. So that'll just prevent, a clog. And having a clog is not fun. And I just realized I don't think I have enough slabs. Let me make some slabs real quick. Oh, that's a lot of slabs. Did not mean to make that many slabs. My crafting table might go flying. Oh, it didn't. Okay, cool. That's nice. Let me grab it. Get back up here. I will place that. All right, and now in order to close this up, but make the roof of our mob spawner, our XP farm. To make it a spawn-proof platform, we're going to put slabs as our roof. So now we can kind of look in here, see if it's working. So far, nothing's spawning. That might be because it's daytime. So I guess I'll go ahead and just AFK here and wait to see. And if for some reason we still don't get spawns, I'll try to see what could be going on. We've got some skeletons spawning, which is great. So it looks like it's working. My only concern is that it's nighttime, and I want to make sure that it's not only working just because it's nighttime. So I'm gonna just finish filling in this roof some more. And I will probably just do another layer just to be safe, so that it is a spawn-proof platform no matter what. But it probably just needed an extra layer because I think it was getting light in still. But the thing is that we want to make sure this is working at all times. And the only way for it to be always working is if it's not having a bunch of light coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and do just another layer of slabs. Basically, this layer, by putting in another set of by putting more slabs on top, I made it a full block, and we don't want that. We want a half block so that it is a spawn-proof platform. And we don't want to have to leave torches up here because they could interfere with the spawn rate. Like the light from them could possibly be penetrating through the blocks somehow, especially in the daytime. So even though I hear mobs spawning and we saw some skeletons spawning, I'm just going to do this just as a precaution, and hopefully it will solve any problems we could have in the future with our spawn rates. Another thing that I want to mention is that if you find that even with that bit of spider clog proofing that we did, if you still find that spiders are clogging up your spawner and basically lowering the spawn rates for other mobs, something that you can do is make sure that spiders can't spawn at all. And the way that you would do that would be by placing carpets or slabs or any half block item in a pattern that would prevent a 3-block section or a 4-block section from being open. So the way you're going to do this is, oops, that's the wrong block. I better stop misplacing them. Let me try that. I'm going to leave it like that, and I'll test and see if any spiders end up in the spawn. So now we'll see if that was enough. And hopefully we'll start seeing some spawns. Nice is we do have mobs to kill, and they are a kill, which is awesome. Once we have hoppers set up, we won't have to break any blocks to grab the drops. Definitely don't want to do this when there's mobs spawning regularly. And just, oh, it's working. Okay, this is good. We don't want to get blown up, so I won't make that a habit. But we've already got some gunpowder and some bone and some string and some rotten flesh. We have arrows, which is great for when we end up getting a bow. So I would say it's pretty successful. Yeah. Okay, I call this a win. So we can just AFK here, and as they, spawn, then booyah, baby. We can kill them and get all their XP and their drops. It's working. This is really great. This is awesome. I am so insanely excited, because being able to have all of these mob drops and the XP, that's going to really help us to progress in the game. So if you're ready to progress, if you are ready to start making some real leaps and bounds in your beginner Minecraft world, then continue watching this series, because this beauty, this is just the beginning of some of the wonderful things that I'm going to be showing you how to do in, again, as beginner friendly a way as possible throughout this series. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I am going to go ahead and call it here, and I'll see you in the next episode. Okay? Bye.